It was 2017, a few months after our controversial Jakarta mayor, Ahok, got sentenced to jail. I have been away from Jakarta for a while. I went back to Jakarta and conducted a research to see how things are. What changes did he bring to the city? One of the controversial change he brought. Do you know what it is? Social housing. This was a personal mission, not because I am Chinese and I have small eyes, although I do have them. This was another attempt, after a failed collaboration with a well-known Singaporean university, to revitalize Bandung suburban area. I really want to redeem myself, give myself another chance to know and really see the life inside social housing. This research was about social housing and its maintenance. Rented flats need to be maintained in order to function as a form of slum revitalization in urban areas, while the quality of physical elements, which determine the quality of overall buildings, depends on the act of maintenance. Design and physical elements that shape the entire building cannot be separated from maintenance effort needed for each of them. The goal was to see how the two of these interact with each other. Are they getting along? Are they fighting? Are they abusing each other? We'll see. I picked two flats. Both are located in West Jakarta. They look slightly different, but they have similar typology. 4 to 5 floor tall, with stairs in the middle and also on both ends. Rusun Pesakih was built in 2015. Rusun Tambora was built in 1995. Most of them were already relocated into the new building nearby. I picked these two buildings to see how this new building might transform into this old building without a proper maintenance effort. There were three kinds of research method. First, the literature study, to understand the law that states social housing facilities and theories that define and categorize physical elements of the building, I later observed. For the maintenance effort, I conducted interviews by asking to the tenants and building managers, classifying the maintenance into corrective and preventive effort, and finding out the 5W and 1H aspect of the maintenance itself. So here I am, a clueless college girl driving a car, wandering around that rented flat neighborhood, poking around, interviewing people, and taking pictures. Observing the condition of physical elements inside and between the buildings that results in a qualitative description about each element. It took me more than 200 pictures to describe them carefully, one by one. According to the literature, the elements were divided into three categories. Infrastructure, the system provided for housing such as water, electricity, garbage disposal system. The second is public facilities. These are the facilities located inside the neighborhood between the buildings, such as parking areas, landscapes, and pedestrians. Building elements. These guys are the elements inside the building that created the space, such as floors, walls, and roofs. Then I put those categories within tables. Not this table. These tables. The first row is elements. The second row is physical description of the elements, and the third row is how it needs to be taken care of. What I found after approximately 5 months with a lot of Rusun visits, random chats with strangers, countless Jakarta-Bandung traveling, and also a lot of coffee. Physical elements were the objects of maintenance, whereas the characteristic of the elements determine what kind of maintenance needed. Overall, the elements needed to be maintained the most were those with easy accessibility, leading to high usage frequency, such as stairs, common space, and floors. And the other elements are elements that were made of several material combinations. For example, this is the stair of Rusun Tambora. It was made out of steel and ceramic tiles. Over the time, those ceramic breaks and it becomes like this. While this is the stair on Rusun Nusaki, made of simple concrete. Over time, it becomes dirty. Putting black paint along the border of the floor is so much less effort than what we need to do in Rusun Tambora. Water supply. They were all dispersed all over the buildings, both horizontally and vertically. As we know, water and humidity will damage anything they came into touch for a consistent amount of time. The other is garbage disposal. The garbage were very corrosive. It was found damage on both the new and the old buildings. Another factors were ignorance behavior of the tenant, no heavy consequences and rules are applied, and administrative and financial issues that might hold up any repairman effort. What can be done to prolong the building? We can use less material combination on a single elements with minimum point of contact between every material. Designing elements with simple and basic shapes, using less ornamental properties on every element. Paying more attention to leakage risk, especially for water pipes. And the most important is nurturing and educating the sense of ownership among the tenants. With this kind of relationship, physical elements and maintenance effort can work together harmoniously in creating a good environment for people to live. I learned a lot from this research. The most exciting part were I got to see how people live, how they interact with each other. I got to see a cornfield they grew it themselves, plastic recycling initiatives in the midst of what seems to be chaotic environment. I saw stories, I saw life, I saw creativity. I learned that you can really force people to live up to your expectation, expecting them to obey all the rules and have everything lined up orderly. That is just not Indonesia. Well, not yet. Nurturing and educating people with their own perspectives and way of living is a long process. But I believe with patience, empathy, and creativity, we can solve people's problem one step at a time and make the place we live a better place for life.